mind. But the news was just announced that WNBA TV ratings are down more than 50% since Caitlin Clark's injury. And it was also reported that the Indiana Fever television viewership is also down over 53%. Now, I know a lot of us were expecting some sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA.
The WNBA is officially in meltdown mode. And if you thought the drama couldn't get any worse after Caitlin Clark's injury, oh boy, buckle up. Because Angel Reese just walked out on her team mid-season, and fans are losing their minds. The numbers? Ratings are collapsing faster than a cheap folding chair at a barbecue. Ticket sales are vanishing like socks in a dryer. And the commissioner? Well, she's still out here pretending everything's fine. Like the Titanic isn't already halfway underwater.
Today, is there any chance that the WNBA, that Kathy Engelbert saw some of the ratings that I'm about to show you now and said, hey, Indiana Fever, can you do us a favor? Can you do us a solid? Can you just tease a Caitlin Clark return, kind of boost these up a little bit? Can you just dangle a Caitlin Clark return in front of the fans' faces, try to boost these ratings up a little bit? There was one matchup that this league can consistently rely on to produce massive viewership.
So let's talk about this mess. Because what was supposed to be the year of growth, the breakthrough season, the look at us, we've arrived moment for the WNBA, has officially turned into the biggest dumpster fire since New Coke. And if you're shaking your head like me, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now, so you don't miss the next time this league finds a brand new way to collapse.
A shocker. Imagine my surprise. Just imagine my surprise when Uncle Casey found out that the WNBA is struggling to maintain their ratings without Caitlin Clark. To make matters worse, and this is something I have definitely noticed in the last 3 or 4 weeks, especially since the All-Star game, the WNBA seems to be struggling to maintain interest.
We already knew ratings took a nosedive the second Caitlin Clark went down. The league tried to spin it, of course. Oh, we're still growing, we're still expanding the fan base. Yeah, sure. Growing like a balloon at a porcupine party. Without Clark, national TV numbers dropped over 40%. Local Fever games? Down more than 50%. That's not a dip. That's a free fall.
When I think about Caitlin Clark, the operative word that comes to my mind is gratitude. There's an incredible level of gratitude that should be accorded to this young lady with what she did for the sport.
How was the attendance for Team USA in the Olympics? What would it have been like if Caitlin Clark was playing on that team? Remember the first game? Look at this right here. National broadcast viewership. What are we talking about here? 1,000, what is that? 1.219? Is that the number? And the game afterwards got 485,000. So the Fever in their game against the Minnesota Lynx was 1.219 million.
And now, with Angel Reese walking out, forget about it. One Chicago Sky game barely cracked 200,000 viewers. That's less than an episode of reruns on the Food Network. At this point, more people are watching YouTube mukbang videos than WNBA playoff basketball.
WNBA's black superstars should thank their lucky stars. For the record ratings, Caitlin Clark is detonating, even if new fans are mostly white fans. It doesn't matter what color eyeballs are. But the other day, I must admit, it hit me like Katie Bell Henderson telling me that's enough. I told myself it's not racist for me to like Caitlin.
And if you think TV ratings are bad, wait until you hear about ticket sales. Remember when the league bragged that arenas were packed? That lasted exactly 5 minutes. Since Clark's injury, attendance has cratered. And with Reese gone, entire lower bowls are empty. Vendors are begging people to buy hot dogs like it's a clearance sale at a failing department store.
The WNBA has a problem. And that problem is Caitlin Clark not playing in WNBA games. Now, what all does this affect? The ratings are plummeting. Guys, there's ratings for a couple of these games that are eye-poppingly.
Fans are posting pictures of empty seats on Twitter with the captions like, "Where's Waldo?" Except in this version, Waldo is the audience. One arena was so empty, the echo from a missed free throw lasted longer than the actual possession.
That's not a trend that the WNBA is excited about. That's a trend that Kathy Engelbert would say, hey, Fever, hey, Lynn Dunn, hey, Kelly, hey, Amber, can you guys start dangling that Caitlin Clark return like you used to do? You know, before Caitlin Clark gave a statement and you guys were hands off. Can you guys, just string them along a little bit more? We want to get these ratings back up. We want to get these numbers back.
Now let's talk about the refs. Because if the league thought officiating was bad before, it has gone full circus now. One ref looked like he was still chewing a slice of Sbarro pizza while blowing the whistle. Another called a flagrant because a player sneezed too hard. Seriously, the consistency this season is somewhere between a magic 8-ball and a broken fortune cookie. One game, a shove is nothing. The next, you breathe on someone and it's an ejection. If referees had their own stat line, it would read turnovers equals 0. Bad calls every single possession.
This Caitlin Clark thing, man, I mean, it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing what you guys have done. And then people are catching on to your tactics. You got the people on Twitter catching on to your tactics. Like, look at this right here. Look at this right here. They say ESPN didn't want to show the ratings were down from WNBA All-Star Game because Caitlin Clark.
And then there's the commissioner. Oh boy. She's out here giving interviews about how the league is thriving and building momentum. That's like the captain of the Titanic bragging about how the ship still looks great, while it's literally sitting on the ocean floor. Every press conference is a masterclass in denial. Ticket sales collapsing? We're seeing strong growth. Ratings tanking? Our fan base is engaged. Players walking out? We're focused on the positives. Lady, what positives? At this point, the only thing growing is the list of injured stars and frustrated fans.
Well, how about this? Pay us what you owe us. That looks like a ham sandwich and some Lay's tater chips right now. It's getting bad. I feel bad for Caitlin Clark. She come out and said on Sue Bird's podcast that she's feeling the pressure of not playing in these games. And that Fever Sky viewership fell off the map.
But the biggest headline? Angel Reese just said, "Nah, I'm good," and walked out mid-season. In any other league, this would be breaking news for weeks. In the WNBA, it just feels like Tuesday. Let's be real. Reese probably decided Instagram sponsorships were safer than playing in games where she gets tackled harder than an NFL running back. And honestly, can you blame her? When the refs are asleep, the commissioner is clueless, and the arenas are emptier than a college cafeteria in summer break, why would she stick around? Of course, the league tried to spin it. She's focusing on her health. Yeah, sure, that's code for she doesn't want to risk playing in this circus anymore.
News and some bad news for those who are fans of pretend basketball. For those who are desperate to see the WNBA succeed, even though this dump of a league can't seem to get the hell out of their own way. Now, the WNBA, they refer to these people as fans, but the rest of us, we prefer to call them the mainstream media.
Now here's the fun part. Do you really think the league isn't behind the scenes begging Caitlin Clark to return early? I mean, come on. The ratings are falling apart. Ticket sales are a disaster. And now Reese walked out. You don't think someone in the commissioner's office picked up the phone like, "Hey, Caitlin, can you do us a favor? Maybe limp onto the court for 10 minutes? Just wave at the cameras. We'll put it on ESPN. It'll boost the numbers. Please, we're desperate." I wouldn't put it past them, because without Clark, This league looks like a Netflix show that got canceled after one season.
You see, this is exactly what we were talking about. WNBA All-Star ratings are in for 2025, and it is down 40%. 40% from last year. That's bad. That is really bad. We already watched the ticket prices drop by more than 50% because Caitlin Clark was not playing. This is bad news for the WNBA.
And let's not forget the fans. The diehards, they deserve medals at this point. Imagine buying tickets, jerseys, and streaming packages only to be rewarded with chaos, injuries, empty arenas, and refs who think a jump ball is a new TikTok trend. Fans are filling comment sections with the same frustrations over and over. Protect Caitlin Clark. Fire the refs. Why are tickets more expensive than my phone bill for YMCA-level basketball? The frustration is boiling over. And the league's response? Silence. Or worse, some generic PR line about reviewing protocols. Spoiler alert. Protocols don't fix collapsing ratings.
Guys can sit there and say, oh, you guys are just trying to uplift one player. Oh, the league is more than one. I agree, the league is more than one player. It's more than one good basketball player. But is there more than one player that moves the tide? No.
Meanwhile, the WNBA's official social media accounts are still posting like everything's normal. Another exciting night of WNBA action, they tweet. Fans in the replies, exciting where? In which alternate universe? Are you watching the same games we are? The replies are a comedy show. Tumbleweed memes, crickets chirping. One guy posted a GIF of an empty movie theater with the caption, WNBA attendance tonight. Brutal. Here's the bottom line. Without stars, nothing works. Without Clark, ratings die. Without Reese, ticket sales plummet. Without drama, fans tune out. It's not complicated. Every league protects its stars. The NFL treats quarterbacks like priceless artwork. You so much as breathe on Patrick Mahomes, and it's a penalty. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark gets body-checked into the scorer's table, and the refs are like, play on. And then the commissioner goes on TV saying everything's fine. No wonder fans are furious. No wonder the league is collapsing. The sad part? It didn't have to be this way. For the first time in years, casual fans were tuning in. Clark brought eyeballs. Reese brought drama. Cunningham brought toughness. The league had momentum. ESPN was actually pretending to care. Highlights were on SportsCenter. Twitter was buzzing. And then, injuries, walkouts, empty arenas, clueless leadership, refs who couldn't officiate a middle school scrimmage. The WNBA fumbled the bag harder than anyone thought possible. So here we are, the WNBA season limping to a close, ratings circling the drain, ticket sales collapsing, star players gone, fans fed up, the commissioner smiling like nothing's wrong, and social media turning the league into a punchline. If this was supposed to be the year of growth, then congratulations. It grew into the biggest mess imaginable. A spectacular, embarrassing, nacho cheese-covered mess. Until the league figures it out, until they protect their stars, fire half the refs, and hire leadership that actually knows what they're doing, this won't be the year of growth. It'll be the year of collapse. Because without Caitlin Clark, without Angel Reese, and without fans who actually care, the WNBA isn't just struggling, it's stumbling, face first into the history books, as the greatest self-destruction in sports. And if you're as frustrated, entertained, or just flat out stunned by this circus as I am, smash that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more. Because trust me, the drama is just getting started.